So there's this advice that I often hear around, and even I myself have received a few times. And the more I think about it, the more I don't understand it. It's this whole thing of like, once you get married, you can't be friends with your single friends or as close. Like you can't go to them for advice. Like they won't understand what you're going through. You're now in a different space in your life, and all that stuff. Like basically that sort of advice, yeah. The more I think about it, the more I don't agree with it. And this is not to say that some of your single friends won't give you bad advice or won't mislead you, but I think that has more to do with the type of person that you're dealing with, like their character, their personality, like generally the type of person that they are, more than it does their relationship status. Because honestly, if this friend of yours is someone who you consider to have a good character, who thinks both reasonably and logically, who you've always run to for wise counsel and all that, yeah, does this all cease just because you're now in a relationship and they're not? Like, do they suddenly not know how to deal with people, relate with people, give good advice, resolve issues, respect boundaries, generally all those stuff? Do they just suddenly now stop being the person that they were just because they're single? And then also, some of you have to be honest with yourselves and admit that in some of these situations, you are not actually seeking advice, you're just seeking validation, because sometimes even when these married friends of yours give you the same advice that your single friend would have given you, you still don't take it. Because for instance, let me give a scenario which might be a bit extreme, but like in the cases where like someone comes to you, they're telling you like, oh, my person cheated on me, and then when I confronted them, they got violent, and now they abandon their marital duties, and I don't know what to do. I now have to handle and deal with everything on my own. Please advise me, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Okay, I'm just giving a scenario, yeah. I feel like the most logical advice you give to such a person is to leave, yeah? But then maybe just because it comes from a single person, suddenly they're so bitter. They don't know what happens in marriage. They don't know what it takes to keep a marriage, that there's a part of ups and downs and blah, 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 blah. Like, make it make sense, yeah? And I understand that you may feel like there are certain things that your single friends can't relate to or understand, but doesn't this apply to everyone really? Because no single one person, married or not, will ever fully understand your situation in its entirety, simply because everyone's experience is different. But also, just because someone can relate to the situation that you're going through does not necessarily qualify their advice as good.